Okay, today we're going to be attempting to tune to the natural pitch of the shell. So I have a theory where if you knock on the shell of the drum, you get its truest natural pitch, and then we are going to try and figure out what notes those are, and we're also going to try to tune the resonant head to that pitch. So I have a single SM57 hooked up here. I'm going to attempt to knock on the shell, boost the signal, play that back, and identify the pitch of the 10, 12, and 16-inch toms here. So here it goes. So I'm going to start by suspending as much as I can, putting the mic around the drum. Let's see if we can get a pitch off of that. Okay, moving on to the 12-inch drum. I'm going to put this, can suspend it, put it over the mic. Careful not to obviously drop it. Okay, now for the big boy, the 16. Try to hold this a little differently here. Okay, so the pitches that I got from the drums are going to be the highest tom, the 10 inch is going to be B flat. The medium tom, which is the 12, is going to be F. And the lowest tom is going to be all the way down to an A flat. So I am going to play those pitches boosted from the signal that I got from this mic so I can hear it, but cranking it up in the headphones and hearing the reverberation of the shell, that is a pretty close estimate of the natural pitch of the drum. Now the true test is tuning the bottom head to that note. Is it going to sound where I want it to sound, which is going to require some additional tweaking. So the first thing I'm going to do is start off with arguably the easiest drum, which is going to be the 10 inch. And we are going to tune this to a B flat. And this is, again, the B flat below middle C. So I'm going to have this accessible and ready for reference point. I am also using a marching stick. I'm going to be trying to get the pitch as closely as possible to the B flat note, and I'll also be miking this up. So we're now tuning this one to F. Moving on to the next. Okay, the last tom's a little tougher to get on camera, so I've already put the bottom head on, and that is going to be the note of A flat. the top heads on, see where we're at. Okay, so we got the head back on the batter head on the 10-inch tom. We're looking at a B flat. That's the pitch that we're going for. That's the pitch the bottom head is at. For the top head tuning, there's going to be a sweet spot, or a bell curve rather, on where you're going to get a growl, or it's like a callback where the pitch or the force goes down through the batter head and then it wah wah wah. It kind of gives you like a groany sound. This is just finger tightened. So you can kind of hear that slappy sound, okay? But we're pretty close to that pitch. Now the top head is I'm just gonna bring up the top head until the growl goes away. So I'm gonna start with really small turns. I have a ratchet type key that I can just go like an eighth of a turn at a time. So we're a little bit above a B flat now, so I'm going to try to go back down just slightly. These are really subtle motions here. I'm going to try going back down a little bit more. So I'm still getting that slappy sound. Make sure everything's finger tightened. So now we have a true pitch. It's definitely ringy. It definitely sounds good, but it's a perfect fourth above where we are. So even though the bottom head is tuned to the natural pitch of the shell, the pitch is actually now an E flat. So I'm going to try to break it down a little bit to see if we get closer to that B flat note. So we went down a whole step. Now we're at D flat, approximately. And there's a really good ring throughout the drum. So that's going to be pretty... Let's see if we can get it down to a C. Still got a bit of a slappy sound. I think I'm going to bring it back up to the D flat. Awesome. We're going to leave that at a D flat. So we started at B flat natural pitch and we ended 2.5 steps up. I'm sorry, 3 half steps up, so a minor third above. So minor third in between the batter head and the resonant head. Let's see if we can apply the same logic to this 12-inch head as well. 12-inch drum, excuse me. Okay, so for the 12-inch drum, we were at an F. We're going to go 3 half steps up from that and shoot for a flat. It's a little bit smacky, but anything below this is going to get that wow, that little, I don't even know what you call it, undesirable sound. All right, and the last up is the 16, which we are going to throw the top head back on and be right back. Okay, so we have the 16 all good to go. I do have this on the floor tom legs because it's going to be easier to mess with here. So we have this as an A flat natural bottom head pitch. So we're going to go up 3 half steps to a B natural. So right now it's at an E flat. So this drum is not responding anywhere near the 10 and the 12. So we actually jumped up, we shot for an A flat. It's between a D and an E flat. So we really want to bring this down and see if we can get closer to our desired pitch of B natural. So we're pretty far off right now. So now we're getting to the wow, the growly stage. So I'm actually going to bring it back up and try to tune as close to whatever that pitch is. We made it to a C. And it's still got a little bit of snapback, a little bit of growliness, but I am going to put a studio ring on it. That's basically it. So we ended up at a C on the floor tom. We ended up at, on the 12 we did achieve 3 half steps up from the F, so that was 1, 2, that was A flat. So we have a C, A flat, and then the highest tom we shot for a B flat, but we ended up at a D flat. Nice and minor for me. So hope that helped out. Again, everybody's tuning style is different. What we ended up settling on was the natural pitch of the shell on the resonant head, and then a minor third above that on the batter. So happy tuning. Feel free to shoot me a DM on Facebook or Instagram if you have any questions. Hefe Plays Drums. Peace out.